intro here for the Bear Pack. Before we get into this video, we wanted to share that we are growing here on this channel, and that is all due to your guys' love and support. The growth has been amazing. So as we grow, we wanted to give you guys some goals to work towards as we get into this football season. We're going to pull them up right now. Here are our goals. We're currently sitting at about 6,700 subs on this channel. So at 7K subs, we're going to have a Bobby Witt Jr. bobblehead giveaway. I got that at the first game of the Kansas City Royals opening day. It is still in the box. Haven't taken it out. It's in great condition. So that's going to be a good prize. And by the way, Bobby Witt Jr., 20 home runs now in the season. He's having a great second half of the year. 8K subs. We're going to have a jersey giveaway. We've done a lot of jersey giveaways. We'll probably do 2 jersey giveaways at 8K. 9K subs. Sports memorabilia giveaway. That can be anything from a jersey to a sports card to something else in reason. We don't want to be giving away a LeBron James signed game jersey, but we will try our best on that sports memorabilia giveaway. 10K subs, our big one. $1,000 giveaway. When we get there, we'll probably have people decide in the chat what they want to do with that. We can either have 10, 100, 2, 500, or just $1,000 giveaway, whichever one anybody wants. And then the 12K subs, we're going to try to send somebody to a game of their choice, 2 tickets each. We are very excited for this football season as it is our money maker. We did great last season, looking to ride that momentum into this season. So if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and don't miss out on these upcoming season. Enjoy the video, guys. We'll see you guys on the other side. All right, guys, let's get into some NCAA football picks and props for Sunday, September 3rd slate of games. Before we get started, we are going to have a CJ2K mini helmet signed giveaway. If you guys want that CJ2K helmet, just comment down below football, and we will take everybody who comments football, put them on the wheel for next week, and we will spin that wheel on our live show. Someone's going to win it. We'll send it to you. It's signed. We have the papers for it as well. But Trey, let's get into this leaderboard. And actually, before we do that, you have any hot takes for week 1 in college football? I know I have some.
Yeah, I'll give you guys out one team that surprised me in a good way and one team that surprised me in a bad way. Let's start off with the bad ways, because I know that's what everyone cares about is the hot takes. In Ohio State, they only scored 23 against Indiana. I know their defense looked good, only held Indiana to 3 points. But at the end of the day, 23 points for a high-powered Ohio State offense, it's just kind of staggering and kind of stood out. I know it was a road game for them, but we're just used to watching them put up 40-plus points. So only seeing 23, it's a little bit worrisome, especially since they were going back and forth about their quarterback position. It's just not a good start to their season. And then one team that surprised me, you know what? One team that surprised me in a good way, and this might be a homer pick, I'm going to go with K-State because they showed up, and I know they were playing a FCS team, but their offense looked absolutely amazing, and their defense, they shut them out. I'm hoping and praying, Emaw Wildcat, baby, we have a great chance to win the Big 12 this year. Let's go.
Yeah, I like both of those takes. It is week 1, so obviously everything we say is probably going to be wrong come week 2. But just off the top of my head, I'm looking at the games. I watched them all. Texas not back. They're still bad. The MAC conference is going to be really good. They had a lot of teams compete today. Toledo took Illinois down to the wire. Illinois kicked the game-winning field goal. Michigan sucks still. They're really good on defense. They suck on offense still. What else? Seth, you have anything while I still look?
Yeah, like Oklahoma and Oregon both putting up massive offensive. I think Oklahoma was in the 70s and Oregon was 81. Like Bo Nix in Oregon looked unstoppable. I know they were playing a little bit lower competition, but still, if you can put up 81 points in a football game, that's pretty insane. And Shedeur Sanders also looked really good too. So I'm tired of people. Let's take the Jackson State HBCU out of it. Shedeur Sanders is legit. Well, Colorado's legit.
I also think TCU might be bad. I think Colorado looks good because TCU looked bad. Their defense was horrible. Washington looks really good. Penix might win the Heisman. Very possible there. What else? Oh, yeah, Portland State. You said Oregon put up 81. Whatever they did to deserve that, I feel bad for them. But, I mean, that's disrespectful, 81 points. USC's back. They scored 66 as well. I think that's it. Oh, Big 12. Baylor, they lost today.
KU.
What?
I said you guys are KU guys. What happened to KU?
KU did great. What are you talking about? Jason Bean led them. They scored like 40 points, right?
If that was Jalen Daniels, they would have put up 60 in that game. They put up 40. They put up 47 with the backup quarterback. I think they'll be okay.
I do want to mention the other Big 12 teams because Big 12's in big trouble. Baylor, they lost by 11 at home as a 27.5-point favorite against Texas State. And Oklahoma State barely got away from Central Arkansas. So both those Big 12 teams suck today. I think that's it. I think we'll stop there and we'll see
Texas
how many
got some first place votes in the preseason Big 12 poll.
Oh yeah,
that just goes to show that is not going to be very good.
Yeah, they're
Texas Tech also sucks, by the way, because they were up 17-0 in the first 8 minutes against Wyoming, and I think they are tied now 20-20. Yeah, they're in overtime right now. So
yeah.
A lot of takes there, lot to take in, but we'll see week 2 how many we get right. I bet you it's less than 5%. Well, let's take a look. Yeah. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. Trey, start us off.
And one thing that we do know is that we had a good day yesterday. We went 3-1 as a group, 1-0 myself, 4-0 so far. I love me some college football. I'm leaving the MLB in the rearview mirror. But yesterday I gave out Cal -6.5 versus North Texas. Somebody in the comments was like, "You fool! North Texas is going to dominate them. Have you ever heard of the Heat?" Well, it looks like Cal just absolutely did not even care about the Heat. They just dominated in this game. Ended up winning by 37 points. Absolutely smashing the spread pick there. So shout out Cal. Shout out Jalen Ott. And I just love me some Golden Bears.
And shout out that guy for giving you motivation for this pick today. I think the exact word was, "That pick sucks," or something like that. So thank you to that guy for giving him motivation. Seth?
Yeah, I love me some unders in Iowa Hawkeyes football. Like, the unders are always going to hit with Iowa. They do not score points. They rely on their defense. Utah, it worried me at first. Utah State looked a little bit outmatched. Iowa put up 14 quick points, but then Utah State kind of locked in, and this game kind of went to a defensive matchup from there. So Utah State did cover the spread, and the under hit in this one. So we had a 2-0 day.
Yeah, guys. Boy, I'm looking for a win, guys. I can't find it anywhere. I had Texas -35.5. They looked horrible in the first half. They looked very bad. Offense in the red zone, horrible. Came out in the second half, lighted fire in that halftime speech. 37-3. They were driving. Fourth quarter comes. They take out the starters. The backup come in. They got to the 10, I believe. Then they had a holding call. Then they had an offensive PI. Then they had a face mask on a lineman, and they dropped them all the way back to the 40, and they punted. They basically never got the ball back. Very upsetting. They never had a chance. I'm the sucker. I even said I was going to be a sucker for taking that bet. So 0-4 for me to start. I need to find a win. It's going to be today. Trey, start us off for our picks.
Yeah, I'm going to start us off here. We're all going to be attacking the same game. We're all going to be talking about this LSU at Florida State game. It's going to be the best game of the weekend, and I'm so pumped to watch it. And if you guys watched our live show on Friday, you guys know where I'm going to be going. We go live every Friday, and we give out our best picks for the best games in college football, and this was one of them. And I gave out Florida State +2.5 in this game, and I think there's a great chance for them to even win this game straight up, but I will gladly take the points here. These two teams, they're as evenly matched as it can get, in my opinion. So I'm just going to go with the home team here and with the more experienced team, which I believe is Florida State and Jordan Travis. And whenever we factor in that this LSU team has already had to suspend and dismiss multiple players throughout this offseason, I think that Florida State is going to come in this game prepared and ready for a brawl. So give me Florida State as the home team and a more experienced team here. I'm taking them +2.5 here versus LSU.
Yeah, I knew we were doing this. I just got riled up with my Texas pick. I did want to say this. We're going to do this all together, but the other game, San Jose State against Oregon State, will be on the site at bearspowerplays.com. So you guys want to check that out, go to that website. Seth, what's your play for this game?
Yeah, I was leaning the other direction of Trey. I really like LSU -2.5 in this game. This is a rematch from last year that ended in a blocked extra point attempt that went the way of Florida State. I do think LSU has a little bit of revenge on their mind after that. Like Trey said, this is a good matchup between two really good quarterbacks and Jordan Travis and Jaden Daniels. So I do look for this to be a pretty back and forth type game, but I do think with the revenge on LSU's mind, I do think LSU might go ahead and just take this one this year.
Yeah, we are all doing the same game, so I'm just going to read from the notes that I had. I'm going with Florida State here, +2. If you guys remember last season, like Seth said, this was a rematch, 24-23 last year at LSU. Florida State on the road. LSU scored with no time left, and then Florida State blocked the extra point. I would take them on the money line, but just grab the points here. The money line is only a couple bucks more difference in odds. I would take them to win outright, but last year something weird happened. This year something weird might happen again. The Florida State offense is going to be good with Jordan Travis back again. Under center for them. He did it all last season, 3,000+ passing yards, 400 rushing yards, 31 total touchdowns, and he had very limited turnovers. The Florida State offense will also run the ball well, bringing back Trey Benson, who had nearly 1,000 yards last season and was the front man for the best rushing attack in the ACC last year and the 12th in the nation at running the ball. They also got a couple transfers to the wide receiver position, and they have Johnny Wilson, a massive 6'7" monster on the outside for them. I also think the Florida State defense is going to be good enough this season to let the offense win them games. They have a few playmakers on the defensive side of the ball, but I expect this home crowd to give them a lot of energy in this night game in their home opener. They are going to come out fired up on that side of the ball flying around, but on the LSU side, They have Jaden Daniels, who is a very talented dual threat quarterback. He is the leader of that offense. And if he's playing well, that means LSU as a team on offense is playing well. I do have a little bit of concern how often Daniels runs the ball last season. I think LSU is going to need to keep an eye on him because he might get hurt. If he gets hurt, their season's done. You got to find other ways to move the ball down the field. But the LSU defense should be decent up front again. They have a lot of talent on that defensive line. They did lose a couple pass rushers, but with the transfer portal, they feel like they have the guys to make that D-line good again. I think the key in this game is going to be whether or not that defensive line can get pressure on Jordan Travis. If they can't get Florida State under pressure, I think Florida State wins this game easily. I'm going to choose Florida State offensive line going up against that LSU defensive line. Give me Florida State plus 2.5 in this game. Trey, let's go over to the player prop. Starts off.
Yes, and I am 0-0 at the moment because I gave out Carson Steele over 77.5 rushing yards versus Coastal Carolina. And the third quarter is just now underway, and he finished the first half with 60 rushing yards. We only need 18 more in the second half for him to get there. And with this game being pretty close, it's 14-6 right now. I think they're going to lean on the running game. So far, so good. Carson Strong, Goldilocks hair and all. We need you to cash this prop.
I love that play, Trey. He's going to definitely get that for you, Seth.
Yeah, so I went 1-0. We took Drew Aller to go over 230.5 passing yards against West Virginia. Like I mentioned in the video, that West Virginia had a bottom 10 offense against the pass last year, and it looked that way. This year, they gave up 325 yards to Drew Aller, and he had 3 touchdowns in this game. The former 5-star recruit looks like he could take this program to new levels, so we'll see if he can keep it up, but he got us the win today, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, I picked up a win as well. I had Spencer Rattler over 251.5 passing yards. It was a good game for most of the game. North Carolina took over late, but holy hell, Spencer Rattler was running around with the chicken with its head cut off. He had 9 sacks in this game, I believe. He was getting hit every play. That North Carolina defensive front, they are much improved from last season. But we did go 2-0 so far. Trey's going to make it a sweep. Let's sweep the board tomorrow. Trey, start us off.
Yes, I'm going to start us off here with a running back prop with a rushing prop. And I'm going to be going with Damien Martinez over 82.5 rushing yards versus San Jose State. If you guys look at that game log right there, it's a lot of 100-plus yard rushing days, and I think there's a great chance for him to match that again in this game. And we already saw what the San Jose State rushing defense has looked like. Last week, they got their chance to play USC, and they allowed 160 rushing yards against USC. And yes, Oregon State is not as potent as USC, but they do have a lot of great offensive players, and I think there's a great chance for Martinez to go off in this game. And we only need 83 for him to go over. And I really like our chance for him to even get 100 in this game because last season, Martinez, he was the Pac-12 Offensive Freshman of the Year. And I think he's going to want to do even more than that this season. And I think he's going to want to start us off here with a great pop game here. So give me Damien Martinez to go over 82.5 rushing yards versus San Jose State.
Yeah, try I like that play, Seth.
And I'm going to go to former Clemson quarterback who transferred to Oregon State, DJ Uiagalelei. I hope I did not butcher that name.
That was great, I think. I don't know how it's pronounced, but good job.
But I'm going to go with it, Uiagalelei. I like Uiagalelei. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm going to take DJ over 205.5 passing yards in this game. I do think this was set pretty low because he's in a new scheme and on a new team. But in saying that, this new scheme will give him more room to show out as well. Although it was against USC, San Jose State showed they were super susceptible on the defensive side of the ball, just like Trey had mentioned. So I do look for the Oregon State offense to just attack this defense in many different directions. Despite his struggles, Uiagalelei still has a pretty high ceiling, and the change of scenery could be just what he needs to take the next step to becoming a high-caliber quarterback like he was thought to be when he signed with Clemson. Give me Uiagalelei to go over 205.5 passing yards in his first game with the Beavers.
Yeah, Seth, I do like that play as well. For my player prop is going to be in the LSU game. I'm going to take Malik Nabers to go under 67.5 receiving yards against Florida State. Last season, Malik was the leading receiver for the LSU Tigers, but last season against Florida State, he was shut down. He only had 5 catches, 42 yards against them. I think this defense will be able to do that again to him because they are bringing back Renardo Green. They're bringing back Jarian Jones. And the Seminoles got Cypress from Virginia in the transfer portal. He had 14 pass breakups last season for Virginia, and they're also bringing back Akeem Dent. Teams did not throw in the Seminole teams last season. They only averaged giving up 165 yards per game through the air. I think if LSU wants to move the ball, it's going to be primarily on the ground because this secondary should be able to lock up the receivers of LSU. I will go with their best man at the wide receiver spot and take his under 67.5 receiving yards in this game. Guys, that's going to do it for NCAA football plays for Sunday, September 3rd slated games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please be sure to drop a like in this video and subscribe to the channel below. We'll see you guys next video, and thanks for watching. Just want to let everyone know that while we do give out free picks, plays, and predictions on our YouTube channel, we also have a website for you to check out. On our website, bearsprofitplays.com, you can subscribe to the website absolutely free with an email and gain access to our written articles about upcoming sporting events. If you're really looking to make some cash, we have an option to become a member of our website. If you become a member, you will gain access to our locks of the week, which are written articles that go in depth as to why we are picking that particular outcome. As of now, our member plays have been red hot, hitting over 60% of our plays. If you don't want to become a member, it's no sweat. We are here to try and make you guys some money. That's our main goal. So come on over to bearsprofitplays.com and subscribe for free. Check us out, follow our free picks, and see for yourself that our member plays are a great investment for you. Thanks for watching.